Alrighty guys, so I just want to bring you a nice, short, sweet little video. Right now we have the oil pan down. This is on a budget build. Not on a budget build, it's a budget flip. So I didn't want to get all of these parts new. So I went ahead and did the tedious task of cleaning them all up. Now, if you want to buy all these parts, you can also buy these parts as well. I did a tedious task of cleaning out the oil pan, and that's essential to the job. And I don't think you should do this job and not clean out the oil pan thoroughly. That's outside, inside. There's a lot of sludge that collect on these LS engines. So you want to make sure that you're getting all of that sludge out of there. Now, this is an older generation LS based engine. So it don't have the catch pan that's removable in the pan. So it's not removable. And the later generations, they are removable. So in there, what I just did was stuck this little brush in there and, cleaned it up, then ran the rag in there and swirled it around and got as much dirt and grime and grease that I could get out. But I couldn't get everything out. So if you have the older generation, that's kind of what you have to deal with. You can also hit it with some compressed air and some parts cleaner. Me, I just did transmission fluid in it to loosen it up and then cleaned it up and then wiped it up. All right, so let's move on. So guys, if you're doing the oil pan, this is a job that I recommend that you do. Of course, you have to take the oil housing down anyway. So I would just go ahead and take that down, disconnect it from the lines and take it off. The reason being is that this is a major leak point. So you have a gasket here and you have a gasket up here that leaks, and that comes with most of the gasket kits for the oil pan. So it's one of these two gaskets and one of these two gaskets. Alrighty, so also comes with the gasket kit is usually these little brackets that hold the gasket up onto the block. The gasket that are originally for this engine are metal gaskets. It comes in 4 pieces, so it'll be these 2 pieces, and then it'll be these to mount up in there. It's not all one piece like this is. But back to getting to the reason that I'm making a video. If you have the oil pan down, again, you might as well pull down the oil filter housing, and you might as well pull out the oil pump as well. The oil pump is very easy to access on these. There's one bolt holding it in. You do got to take out this plate first. I recommend you taking down this plate as well, because this plate holds a lot of sludge. And again, you just get that nice and cleaned up. You can use parts cleaner. The method I like to use is pretty much soaking it in some transmission fluid and just getting a brush and scrubbing it out. Get it all loose, scrub it as good as I can. If I have sludge, initially I'm going to hit it with the razor. The razor is like pivotal in cleaning up these parts. So I hit it with the razor, hit it with the transmission fluid and a brush, and then I'll go wipe it down with a towel. This is going back in the engine, so there's no need to degrease it or get all of the oil residue off. So I'll just put it back up in the engine just like that. The oil pump, same type of cleaning method. You're going to want to hit it with the razor, then hit it with some transmission fluid or some parts cleaner and work all of that grime and dirt off. Now, you can replace this. This is only about $30, $40 if you're going with the cheap one. If you're going with the OEM equivalent material, you might want to spend $100, but this is a fix and flip. I think the pump is okay. What I think was the issue was all of the dirt and grime that was caught up in the pickup tube. So I cleaned that all out really well, got all of the grime and all of the debris and trash out of it. So I think it'll actually work better. Also, another thing, the shaft. This shaft is a little damaged, but I think it'll be okay. I'm switching out the bushing. Another reason I recommend you taking down the oil pump is because these bushings typically go bad. As you can see, this one is dry rotted, crumbled to pieces, At some point, that will break in the engine. It's a $3 part. Some parts stores charge like $5 or $6, but if you go to AutoZone or Advance, they're like $3. If you go to like O'Reilly's, they're like $6, but they'll match the price. I recommend you take all of these things down because you're doing yourself a huge disservice if you're not taking these down while the oil pan is down. If you're replacing this, you might want to tack weld. A lot of people tack weld so that this will have the correct height. If you're just cleaning it, just make sure you don't drop it down so it disturbs the height. This already is at the correct height and it's pretty fixed to this position. You'll put this back in as long as you don't disturb the height. If you want to make sure the height is correct, you could just get a marker and just mark so that you know that it didn't move, or you can use like a razor just to scar it a little bit so that you know that it didn't move. I just pretty much paid attention to how I was cleaning it out. When I was cleaning this out, I just hit it with the back of the brush to get it out. I didn't want to hit it too hard with anything that was too heavy because I didn't want to disturb again the position. And I just wanted to get that quick video out there to you guys. Also, these go on the outside of the oil pan. You want to clean these up as well because you're going to have oil on this and you don't want no oil going back up and getting in between the gasket. Also, you want to make sure you're cleaning your bolts. I got some alcohol here. You can use parts cleaner or whatever. Soak them in there and clean them up before you put them back up into the block because, again, you don't want no oil to come in between the surfaces. That could be a leak point. So, guys, if you got your oil pan down, just make sure you're taking additional steps to, one, service the oil pump. Most likely, the oil pump is going to be an issue. Not in this year, not in this generation. You don't have the issue with the gasket because it doesn't have a gasket. So if you're doing it in later generations, you have a little seal that's responsible for the oil pressure issue. With this one, I think the oil pressure issue was due to the screen being clogged up. Do yourself a service, take it down, get it all situated. You can use my little secret transmission fluid, cleans up pretty well. Razor is essential. And a little brush. Also another little tool to get in like to little crevices. But that's it, guys. Just wanted to bring that quick video to you. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll see you guys on the next one. If this was helpful to you, you know, stick around, leave it in the comments. If there was some information that I missed out on, also drop it down in the comments. It might help the next guy out. If I didn't cover it, maybe you can help the community so we can all get this done together. Peace.